So we start recording again.
I will share my screen with case there was
Yeah.
a discussion about it. Come up with the we just have a brief discussion, come up with our decision as if we think it's a good decision, a bad decision, if we agree or disagree.
Okay, regarding what the Guardian had said. Keep pronouncing that.
Yes. Actually she didn't graduate, so
Right.
technically she's not a grad.
Mm-hmm.
She we could do this quick and fast because sorry, 10 o'clock.
All right. So basically, you want to know if we agree or disagree.
Yes, basically that. And it what our views on it, everybody's views on it.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, when I was going through it, I had picked out some points that really grabbed me. So, like for instance,
Mhm.
of leadership, where it was saying that basically you just need to have your own self-confidence in order to be a great leader. I think she pulled out some great points
Mhm.
there, and I think it is a twofold thing where you can say yes, you agree with her because at the end of it she actually went and lived her dream, what she really wanted. And on the other hand, you could say, well, no, you don't agree because at the end of the day, she didn't graduate from university. Because, like you
All
said,
right. So technically,
after,
what I think is she has some good points. I mean, our aim is to be happy. Our aim is to find happiness, like intrinsical happiness, to be naturally happy.
right.
I agree with that, and I agree that it's a choice to be happy,
Mhm.
and we can do it ourselves. In some aspect, I agree and disagree about multitasking because multitasking is something near and dear to my heart. Like it's something very important to me to be able to multitask. Very important. Um, what she was saying, I don't remember what else I took out, and I was like, I agree. I agreed. Oh, but she had a lot of like contradictions in there. First, she's going to say it's you only have two sets of people in your life, with the true friends or enemies, right?
Right. Friends are enemies.
Further down, she's going to say that humans should not be enemies. So I'm confused. So
Right.
that's
Because
why I'm like, she
and
has
then,
a lot of contradictions in there. And then what I was saying is I do not agree with her decision. Multiple multiple reasons. One is because you just needed 2 more weeks and it never gonna kill you because you already spent the money. You already
exactly
went through
right.
you spent the time, you already go through everything. All you needed to do was literally
Just sit
go
out
through the
the
exam that you know you were going to pass because you already accepted to be the valedictorian, right? So
Mhm.
all you needed to do was just go through the exams, do what you had to do. Literal 2 weeks by the time you quint, it finished.
Right.
Collect the piece of paper and you could have thrown it away if you want.
So basically,
Nobody can.
an A student just let down an
Yeah.
entire examination
Then
batch.
I was thinking about no, you wanting to be an entrepreneur is perfectly fine. That is a very good um way to take, but then you have a minor in entrepreneurship or something in entrepreneurship. So how is it that you're going to say that the degree means nothing? You're basically saying
Nothing.
the degree means
Right.
nothing and it's going to stop you from being an entrepreneur when you literally have you must do a couple courses in entrepreneurship because she
Mm-hmm.
even stated that one of her courses with entrepreneurship, her lecturer is going to tell her that she needed more than a 3.9 something GPA.
Right. Right.
Granted, I understand her experiences because lecturers, I can tell you, lecturers can influence you negatively based off my own direct experience and indirect experiences. We know that lecturers, teachers, persons who you look up to can um influence you negatively towards anything that you're doing. But you have to look at it like, listen, your parents went through all of this. We don't even know the sacrifices that they
That
had to take.
you did.
And
Right.
now they have to put her in and give her food and everything again because she is saying, oh, don't disown me yet because I don't have no money. Well, eat your dreams.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So two things I took from this is what we usually hear. Two phrases that we usually hear. One, never put all your eggs in one basket, and that is exactly what she is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to be like, oh well, I'm not going to have any distraction, so that's why I don't want the degree. I'm like, listen, Linda, that makes no sense.
Exactly.
It makes no sense because especially now during COVID, we didn't know that this was going to happen.
No.
And the life is so filled with things that you don't expect that you have to be prepared for regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to say, oh
Here,
well, just need the degree right now, it's very, very hard to be an entrepreneur, mainly because of COVID-19. The fundings are going to be harder to get because those already in companies already happening right now, they're closing down
Mm-hmm.
and they are applying for loans to keep their business. Some are applying for loans to keep their business afloat, right?
Right.
So
Right.
loaning companies are going to loan persons who are already in business other than saying, okay, you are a startup.
You're a
It's
startup person, right?
So this is something that you can't just look and say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I think she needed to think more and be like, all right, you know what? I get it. If the degree is not what I want, fine. But you already reached this far, might as well have finish and then move
Right.
on. You can put on the degree and say, all right, I'm a plan B. This only plan A business, just not gonna make it.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you still have your degree and you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do.
So that's all I have to say. I will never agree that you should only have plan A. And I don't think you having a degree will like deter you from still being an entrepreneur. I don't think if you say, okay, I'm going to invest in myself because I know it's going to be very, very hard for somebody to invest in my dream because it's my dream. I'm the most passionate about my dream. So if I say I'm up sell two clothes, I still my dream.
Right.
So what if I work my 9 to 5, I sell two patty, I sell two bag juice, and I invest in myself? Or I use that degree to invest more than a $10 bag juice.
Exactly. Exactly so.
And some of the persons that she talked about, you can't exactly compare yourself with a Mark Zuckerberg. You can't compare yourself to one, an American, two, a white male American.
Mm-hmm.
Can't compare yourself. You as a Jamaican cannot compare yourself to a white American, a male white American. Like their experiences and your experiences, total different country, different
Yeah,
experience.
totally
It
different.
makes no sense. Anything else you guys want to add? This is recording, right?
Yes, it is recording.
Okay, wonderful. Because all I
so
want to do is
what you are what you are saying, even though you have your degree, you still have to have a plan B on the side. Plan A can fail you, so you can.
what I'm saying is with being an entrepreneur, um, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but a startup is expected to be very, very difficult. It's going to be difficult to find
Yeah.
persons they invest in you and invest in your dream, whether you like it or not, whether you want it to happen or not. You just have to expect that it's going to be difficult no matter how good your idea is. So you have to be willing, and a part of, well, I did somewhat an entrepreneurship yeah, I did an entrepreneurship course, and a part of investing is are the financials that you get to start up is you are family. So that's like a help. You invest in your own self, invest in your own dream. So you have to prepare to invest even at 10% to show that, yeah man, if I can invest in myself, then anybody else can invest in myself. You're the first one to invest in yourself, so go ahead. So this the 9 to 5, the degree 9 to 5, or whatever the degree could have gotten you, you could have used your savings and invest in yourself. So in the long run, you don't owe anybody.
Yeah.
So anything else you guys want to
And
add?
you have something extra on that you can explain.
Sorry?
Not hearing you clearly,
I'm
Jasmine.
just saying I should have plan that if you as a backup plan that if what I'm saying all times you should
No, she drop off again.
I should drop off again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all I can say is we all agree that
Come on.
we disagree with her decision, right?
Mm-hmm. She's back.
Completely, I completely disagree with her decision. I understand her process. I understand how she processed it. I understand her way of thinking, because it's a good thing that she knows that she can choose her own happiness,
Yes.
and whatever path she takes, she's seeking happiness. It's just that some things you have to still be rational, and you don't, and it's like, I think she's being selfish to know that I doubt she's the only person to invest in herself as it relates to her degree, and she reached this
No,
far
huh?
to
She reached
those who
far to
invested.
turn back.
Hmm. Just
Mm.
imagine disappointing the person who invested in you. What if the whole 4 years that she went to school, her parents
her
paid?
parents should her parents would be very disappointed in her. And just 2 weeks, two weeks before graduation, she
It makes no sense. And gone again. Okay, here what?
All right, so you want me to
Basic. Go
take this
ahead
and
and
send it
save that
over to you?
recording
Mm-hmm.
so I can add it to the